Morning, Patreon. Man, what a class. I know there was a few of you in the food storage class yesterday, and it was awesome. Number one, and I'm specifically speaking to 4 of you. Well, and one that couldn't make it because of his job. You guys support me so much. You encourage me with everything I do. Even when I fail, you're the first people to smile at me and say, good job. Failing is, you can fail in a great way, and if you learn from it, it's a good job. I just think it's wonderful. You guys bless me in so many ways. Today, I specifically want to talk about that class yesterday. It was, in case you missed it, I don't know. I think everyone knows what was going on, but I did a long-term storage food class to a room full of preppers, half of which could teach me way more than I even know. A couple of which absolutely had to have been bored out of their mind. They didn't show it. They helped other people because of who they are. And one of them's watching this. It was a great class. I loved the hands-on. The timing went great. I wanted to end at 4 o'clock, and the class was wrapped up right about like 4:02, 4:04. We had a couple no-shows, which my normal classes I don't care because there's no materials needed. So I'm not purchasing stuff that I either don't already have or don't like to have the excess of. Like if I do a medical class and I have extra medical stuff, it's a win-win for me because I don't charge for those classes. So if you're there and you want something that I have, then you can just buy it there or not. I give you the links or the resources to go get it later. And I make sure that you have hands-on in that class. Food storage class is harder because we had to plan on 20 people because in today's world, most people don't pre-register. And that's not a good or bad thing. That's fine. So we planned on 20 people. And we had several pre-register, which was nice. It gave us a little bit of the money to get the class. Of course, the bucket bill hasn't come in yet. And that was over $300. But the class was good, and it was great. And even, of course, Bobo, because he loves me, he split the loss of the $120 in the class with me. She certainly didn't have to do. He never does. I love you, brother. And then we had 6 people not show up. 2 of them had pre-registered, and I talked to another 2. So we really only had one open slot that we kind of knew was not going to be there. And then so the 2 that were going to pay there didn't show up. And then 2 that pre-registered didn't show up. And they messaged me and would like their money back because they didn't come. And I'm probably going to give it to them. That's $60 for 2 people. I've been often, last week, often where $60 was the difference between feeling safe and comfortable and making sure that bill is paid and not. So even with that, even with the loss, all my classes are losses because I always buy things for the class or all that. So that's not really uncommon. I hate that I drug my friend into it. I didn't drag him into losing money. I did not drag you into it. No, I didn't mean to point a knife at you. I did not drag you into it. But the greatest thing, worth every penny that it cost me for the class, even if nobody paid, which I couldn't have done this without that, but is the people from all levels of preparedness mindset were there, from very, very beginnings to very, very skilled and comfortable and experts in food storage even. And I believe everybody got something out of the class. And something, there's different way, there's a few different methods to do. And so in a 4-hour time block, I had to pick the best method to physically do. Just because of time. Any one food storage class can be days. A full 8-hour day with no practical activity, easy. I don't ever want to do a food storage class like that again. They're still good classes, but I just don't feel people get as much out of it as when they touch buckets, they touch grains, they sanitize when they do their own thing. They remember it because they hear me explain what's going on, and then we give them some demonstration and we help them as they do it themselves. It doesn't get any better than that. Learning doesn't get better. You hear it, you see it, you do it. Then you're touching it. Those are the things. Man, I love those classes. So it went good. I have, we had 2 people that came to the class. Sorry, Bobo, you don't know this. 2 people came to the class that weren't going to come, or were going to come, but they couldn't afford to do the hands-on, so they were just going to watch. Which is fine. Which is totally fine. But for me, it defeats the purpose of this particular class. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks that I didn't break even in a class. But the blessing of knowing 2 things. Number 1, this young lady and her husband are new to preparedness. And I know that for $30, they got 30 pounds of wheat, 15 pounds of rice, and 15 pounds of beans. They know how to store it. And they got twice that. They got 30 pounds of wheat. Yeah, they got 30 pounds of each. That's a lot of food for 2 people. And I know that's in their home right now. Oh, it's great. And I think one of them won a can of bread because I gave away the canned bread. Not the canned bacon, Carl. It was a great class. If you get a chance to go to classes like this, I encourage you to go. If you know young preppers, I don't mean young in age, young in their prepper walk like it's religion. If you know people that are new preppers and don't have the basic skills or don't have good food storage stuff, then help them. Sponsor them to go to a class like this where they can get the knowledge, they can have fun, because we had a great time, or I did. They have a great time meeting like-minded people, and then they get to take away food. That's an accomplishment. So even if you can't go, but know somebody who does, make it easier for them to go. This class was pretty awesome. And realistically, for a couple, because most, except for 2, most of the class was pairs. I won't say couples, but pairs. and most of them are couples, but 2 people for $60 is one nice dinner, and not even terribly nice. That's one evening out. That is one meal. And now for that same $60, they're each getting 30 pounds of three grains in buckets stored for long term. Man, you can't beat it. And I know there's other classes out there like that. So let's keep watching for them. Let's keep encouraging each other. You guys lift me up so much. And I try to reciprocate. Sometimes I don't think I do you justice. Here lately, every morning on the YouTube channel, a video has went up because I've learned that I can schedule videos on YouTube. I have to find a different video service and learn more about Patreon to schedule your videos so you get your videos in a timely fashion. All of you, I'm pretty certain all of you on Patreon are my YouTube subscribers. And so you're already getting those alerts. Hopefully you're getting the notifications. So on Patreon, I want to make them better videos, deeper videos about me, deeper thoughts, some things I won't talk about on YouTube. And I try to get, I'm trying to get one of those out a week, 2 if possible. I have the goal, and I don't remember if you can see the goal per month or not. When I get to that goal, then it's gonna be 2 videos every week. But they're different videos. They're like this, where I'm sharing with you from my heart more than I do on YouTube, because I like you more. It means more to me that you care about my content. It's certainly not about the $1 a month. I mean, I won't lie, I like that. It lets me buy the $20 fill-ups easier. But your encouragement, you being here, when I see, because I get to see how many people watch a Patreon video. Well, when I see that, I know how many Patreons I have, or patrons, or I don't know, whatever they say. I know how many are there. So I think it's 15, because some of my Patreon videos, I understand there are people that have dropped off their $1 subscription for, I'm sure, financial reasons. I know $1 doesn't sound like much, but I've been where it is. And but stayed on there. So some of the videos that I post on there are for everyone. So if they go to Patreon, they can see a video and they can see it's a little bit different. But most of them are just for patrons. This one for sure will be. You're my encouragement. So when I see that I've got 10 patrons every month that give of their blood, sweat, and tears, their $1, or $3, I mean, or more, and I see that out of 10, I have 5 that watch every video, and that's a great number. 50%. Whew, I get excited. Got some big things coming up. Bear Independent and NWA Prepper are going to be sitting down and talking about a bear fac, I think is what he's going to call it. An individual first aid kit based on his likes and his needs. And we're going to market it through Adventure Frontier, I believe, if we can work out the details. He knows how much medical stuff costs, so I don't think it'll be a hard time to share with him and get that done. And I think that'll open up a big thing. I hope it does for both of us. Right now, when you buy something off my website, I make $1 or $2 on most items. Some of the bigger ones that I know I'm going to lose a little bit on shipping, then I'll charge $5 or $6 to make up the difference. I know it's silly, to make up the difference in shipping and still make my $2 on something big. And most of the items are drop shipped or from that I have to order for you, so I don't feel the pressure of having that much inventory. And that's nice to me. That lets me compete with Amazon on my website, and that's saying a lot. If I had a brick and mortar store or had an inventory, I wouldn't be able to do that. Anyway, I'm getting long. I'm rambling. I don't even know if YouTube will let me post this in one video or not. Thanks for being my core. Thanks for being my support, my team, my family. Let's get ready.